Kick off your shoes and pick up a controller? It's time for planning phase. Planning phase is where I highlight an upcoming game that I'm excited about, and today I want to show you Shard Squad. Developed by the Root Studios, Shard Squad is a survivor-style 2D action-adventure bullet hell game with vibrant pixel art sprites. What sets this game apart from others in the genre is that you collect and play with elemental creatures throughout your journey. That's right, this game incorporates creature collector elements in its gameplay. If you take popular survivor-style games like Vampire Survivors and Halls of Torment, and some of your favorite monster collection games like Monster Sanctuary and Pokémon, and then you take them to the Daycare Center in Route 34, wait for a while, then collect and hatch the egg, what you'll end up with is something very similar to Shard Squad. To be 100% honest, I had no clue about this game, and only found out about it from a commentator on a previous video. But once I saw the Steam store listing, I was immediately intrigued. I love Pokemon games, and turning them into a roguelite survivor style game sparked a lot of interest in me. So I downloaded the demo, played a few runs, and boy was I hooked. The strengths of Shard Squad lie in its fun gameplay loop, cute characters and animations, as well as its potential for growth. The gameplay in Shard Squad is pretty straightforward as far as survivor style games go. As we're in the middle of a run, enemy waves will spawn with increasing difficulty. Additionally, boss waves will spawn every few minutes, and runs are fairly short, with the final boss spawning before the 20-minute mark. Defeat enemies, gather XP gems, and level up your character and abilities. This stuff is fairly standard for survivor style games, so I won't spend too much time on that. One thing that this game does that I haven't seen before is random challenges in the middle of a run. After defeating certain bosses, events will trigger, prompting you to complete actions in a time limit. So far I've seen avoiding damage and collecting item events, and I'm not sure if there are more. Completing them gives you some useful rewards like ability rerolls or a massive health recovery. I thought that was pretty cool when I first saw it, and I'm excited to see how that evolves. What I do want to spend time on is the multitude of characters this game has and how they change your gameplay style. In Shard Squad, the characters are different elemental creatures, and here's where the game gets some slight Pokemon influence. Each creature belongs to a different element and has a completely different attack pattern. You could fire a barrage of sharply projectiles, cover yourself in a flaming sphere, or launch a ball of chain lightning. It's honestly pretty impressive just how different each creature is when it comes to their playstyle. Right now in the demo, there are 10 creatures available for use, though the character select screen shows that there are 20. And to cap it off, whenever you beat a boss during the run, you sometimes get the opportunity to recruit more characters to your party. This basically allows you to use multiple creature attacks on cooldown, so you can sync up and synergize their unique abilities. Some characters are definitely easier to use than others. There was one with an attack that drops a poison puddle on the ground. That was a tough run because I had to rely on my positioning as well as moving the enemies into the puddle. However, getting that character as a secondary ability after defeating a boss worked out much better for me. But again, it's great that you can even have those kinds of options in the first place. It's pretty cool to see in action as some combinations end up filling the screen with these massive attacks. Right now, you're able to recruit an additional 4 party members, meaning you can strategize with 5 total abilities. And since there are 20 total planned, the combo potential is vast. If you finish your run, you'll be rewarded with diamonds. Right now, the only thing you spend them on is recipes, which gives your character permanent upgrades for future runs. Although level select shows there are 2 levels, currently in the demo you can only play one of them. The Nimbus Forest is a colorful and vibrant forest surrounded by a river. For sprite work, think classic SNES era action RPGs. The color palette looks good, the trees have falling leaves, and the enemy sprites have tremendous detail. It feels like the art team took a lot of care in creating the character sprites, player and enemies, and it shows during gameplay. Now, as much as I am enjoying this game, it does have its faults. By far the biggest criticism I have about Shard Squad is the gameplay speed. I don't mean how long it takes to feel like you have some account progression, I mean the literal speed of the game during a run. Usually for my videos I increase gameplay speed by 150%, so the viewers don't have to spend all day watching my character move from point A to point B. For this video I increased the speed to 250%, and seriously debated moving it up to 300%. This is what the game looks like at normal speed. You can see what I mean, it's just a bit too slow. It makes it feel sluggish and a little clunky. I think that the gameplay flow could benefit from an overall speed boost. Not much, but maybe start at about 50% and see how that feels. The other major criticism I have is about the level design itself. Again, artistically the levels look great, but gameplay wise the level design is a bit lacking. In Shard Squad, the demo level is basically a big circular arena. While there are some small obstacles, outside of that it's practically empty. One of the best things about survival style games is exploring the levels for bonuses, upgrades, and secrets, and so far that's missing in Shard Squad. With that being said, this is going off of what I played in the demo. The game is actively being worked on and updated, so this may change in the final product. So why am I obsessing over Shard Squad? And why do I think you should keep it on your radar? Honestly, a lot of it has to do with nostalgia. Like a lot of people, I was heavy into Pokemon Red and Blue when they came out. I was in middle school and my friends and I would fight each other before and after school, or talk about what Pokemon we caught the night before, or the gyms that we beat, the whole deal. So when I come across other creature tamers or monster collectors, it immediately triggers those memories and I can't help but want to give it a shot. But it's not just that nostalgia when it comes to Shard Squad. I truly believe that this game has the potential to be a strong roguelike title. The game's blueprint is solid. It's got a fun gameplay loop, interesting quirky playstyles with the characters, and you can kind of see how the system could be fleshed out. It's just missing a few features to give it that edge and pump the fun factor up. One of the things that gives me hope is that the dev team is pretty active about posting updates on Steam. The latest dev update came a few weeks ago on March 7th, and it contained a lot of positive information. The update hinted at a trait system, which gives your team bonuses depending on the character combinations you have. Traits key off of character relationships, characteristics, and elemental affinities, so there's no telling how many can be implemented. They've hinted at 2 new levels, one looks like an autumn forest, and the other looks like a frozen tundra. And finally, the last major update they hinted at was relics. Relics look to be powerful items you can obtain from challenges with unique effects that enhance your gameplay. The update mentions that the dev team wants to have 100 relics in the game, which would be incredible and offer so much creativity and customization. So you can see why I'm excited after seeing this dev update. There's so many features being worked on that I can't help but look forward to them. And it also makes me wonder what else is in the pipeline. While there is still more work to be done in this game, I am stoked to be paying attention to it on the ground floor, and can't wait to see how it grows. If the dev team can deliver on the promises in this update, then Shard Squad is definitely worth keeping an eye on and can potentially become a title worthy of your roguelite library. Have you tried the demo to Shard Squad? Who has been your favorite elemental to play with? Which planned feature are you looking forward to the most? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Shard Squad doesn't have a concrete release date yet, but is set to come out in 2025. Check out the demo on Steam now.